They use giant blocks of ice to clean grease. These ice blocks are heated with temperature and moved across the grill surface, making it easier for the grease to come off. Still, it requires a bit of manual effort, and after a few minutes, we're met with a surface that looks like a mirror. Another mouth-watering dish from our brothers in India. Cracked eggs meet spicy peppers, get mixed up and hit a sizzling clean pan. Then the bread gets prepped and finally it's all served on some gently used newspaper. Tell me this doesn't look insanely delicious. In this plastic recycling center, plastics are first heated to remove all the leftover gunk stuck to them. Then they're sent through this machine to be shredded into smaller pieces. The final step? Melting them into long strands and chopping them up. And in the end, tons of plastic end up looking just like this. Why are these giant hornets being collected? They're not being harvested for their honey, they're being gathered for a much stranger, more traditional reason. These hornets will be fried and served as food in some parts of Asia. Would you try them? These water bottles are designed for athletes. They keep you working out almost non-stop. You can train your biceps anywhere with them. This ice cream machine serves up dessert in thin, delicate slices within seconds. All that's left for us to do is wait and enjoy every sweet bite. This machine has one job: slicing cheese in seconds. This guy fills a cracked piece of wood with noodles, then casually sprinkles black pepper on it. Just when you think he's about to start cooking, he pours glue on it and starts sanding. Then comes the polish, the paint, and a couple of finishing sprays. Boom. Repair complete. Have you ever seen a watermelon this massive? You can't even slice it with a regular knife. Would you dare to try a slice? These toys can completely transform a space when they are connected together, but to make it truly magical, you'll need a bit of imagination and just the right lighting. This artist carves trees into unbelievable sculptures. And not just any sculptures, his work is so mesmerizing you can't help but stare in awe. Just look at the beauty and detail in every piece. These stacked things are about to become something you'll probably see on your dinner table. But first, it takes a bit of human power. This is a pressing machine, and as the lever is pushed, oil starts to drip. Soon, those tiny drops turn into a gushing stream. Everyone would want a shower in this thing. It's not just a shower, it's basically a space shuttle. It's packed with jets spraying water at every part of your body. And I'm not joking, I mean every part. This system used to feed fish reveals the chaos they create. The food disappears in seconds, and watching it is oddly satisfying. Which one do you think is real? Look carefully, the answer's coming right up. This kid just figured out a way to save water brilliantly. First, he cuts the tip of a syringe. Then, he heats up a bottle cap and fuses it with the syringe to create a custom nozzle. Once it's attached to the water jug, voila! No more water waste. The rest? That's up to your imagination. What are these strange things being cut? At first, they might look like kiwi or something else, but they're actually velvet-covered antlers from young deer. Collected mainly in New Zealand and China, these antlers are used in traditional medicine, and like many such remedies, they're believed to boost sexual vitality. Decorating steel bowls can actually be this fast, but only if you've got a laser machine. Never underestimate the power of water. Opening the gate of a dam that's been full and sealed all year can unleash a massive force in just seconds. The flow becomes so intense, even touching it with a single finger could pull you straight into the current. This small tool can produce dozens of candles in just minutes. First, melted wax is poured into a mold, then left to cool and harden. Once ready, the candles are sliced one by one. This process can be repeated many times a day, and honestly, it's so satisfying to watch. These little things might look like tiny gear sticks, but can you guess what they're about to become? The moment they're exposed to a bit of heat, they transform into plastic bottles. Then they're collected, packaged, and shipped out. Crazy, right? This guy starts by pouring in a special mix he's prepared, then adds a layer of mortar, followed by a bit more of the mixture, and carefully lines the mold with steel rods to make it strong. After some more mix, more mortar, and a touch of sand, it's done. And this is the final product. What do you think? This man is firing bricks to make them harder and more durable, exposing them to extreme heat. But did you notice something? He's doing all of this wearing thin flip-flops. How much heat do you think his feet can handle? Before metals are sent for recycling, they're pressed exactly like this, just to save space. Once compacted, they're stacked and set aside, and you know what comes next: extreme heat and roaring flames. Imagine a sculpture made of stones, all the weight resting on tiny points of contact, a masterpiece that balances with perfect stillness. That's what patience looks like. So, do you have the patience to create such balance? Got surprise guests at your door? Here's your quick fix. Just grab some bread, cucumbers, ham or any toppings you like, layer them up, press down with a skewer and a syringe, and your mini canapes are ready to impress. Yes, here comes another piece of modern art nonsense. These shoes have candles for heels, and once you light them up, walking becomes impossible. Don't you think modern art is just a collection of ridiculous ideas? Why do these creatures act shy when you touch them? Well, they're actually sea anemones, and that shy reaction is part of their hunting behavior. The moment you touch them, they think you're prey and try to catch you. If we were smaller and weaker, we'd be in real trouble. People have always been fascinated by the future, and throughout history, those curious about their fate turned to tools like this to predict what might come. I can't say how accurate the predictions were, but I can swear, kids absolutely loved playing with these things. Sometimes all it takes to destroy everything is a single touch. Do you know what these people are collecting? Take a closer look. Got your guesses. These are actually razor clams pulled straight from the mud. Once cleaned, this is what they look like. Tasty or not? If you're thinking, no way, I'd still say, give it a try at least once. This is how drinks are filled in factories. Within seconds, tons of cans are ready. Peeling some fruits can be surprisingly satisfying, and just watching them being peeled, even more so. I'm not sure what fruit this is, but isn't it absolutely beautiful? Using this ancient method, they extract sugarcane juice without any machines at all. If you've got enough strength, you could have your own sugarcane drink, or do whatever you like with the juice. Not all wet wipes are safe to use. Some are packaged just like this. You might think you're cleaning yourself, but you could actually be getting even dirtier. What is this man doing with cockroaches? Think about it, but you probably can't guess the answer. Hundreds, even thousands of cockroaches scatter everywhere only to end up on this strange device. The machine carefully sorts them and sends them off to a restaurant. There they're thrown into hot oil and served to customers. Would you dare to try it? This shoe and skate combo fits together perfectly, giving you nothing but a smooth, effortless ride. Who wouldn't want a pair of these for their next vacation? Why are these glowing hot metal bars plunged into water? There's one simple reason: to make them stronger. Once cooled like this, the metal becomes so hard, it's nearly impossible to bend or break. Summer is here, and it's the perfect time to cool off with this drink. Coffee, 2 scoops of ice cream, chocolate, a bit of granola, and milk. Mix them all together, and your drink is ready. Don't underestimate mud. These guys can build entire worlds with it. They cut these bricks perfectly, let them dry, and soon they'll be stacking them into strong, lasting walls. Most people are terrified of centipedes, but did you know that female centipedes make an unbelievable sacrifice after giving birth? To help their babies start life strong, the newborns actually eat their own mother. It's disturbing, but in nature, it's what helps them survive. These aren't your ordinary buns. They're stuffed with a rich mix of veggies and eggs. After frying, they turn golden, crispy on the outside, and bursting with flavor inside. One bite and you'll understand why they're so special. Why are they cutting these fruits? And more importantly, what's that white liquid dripping out of them? Turns out it's latex, the natural stuff used to make rubber. Just another one of nature's hidden secrets.